Welcome back to another edition of Why It Works. I'm Joelle Martinek, owner and photographer of Ginger Soul Photography here in Los Angeles. I hope you are having a great day. So today we are looking at this beautiful image of Eden, who is a dancer here in LA. And first thing I love about this image is that it feels like we are somewhere else than Los Angeles. This was taken in the spring, and the topography, we tend to be very green here in the spring, which doesn't happen for most of the rest of the year. So I do love that it feels like it's transporting me somewhere else, and so I love that. And then next, compositionally, or technically, what I love, so we strategically put her in this white dress, right? So it creates lots of contrast here against that dark greenness of the hills. This was close to sunset. You can see the warm glow, the warm golden glow in the photo, right? So the sun was kind of like over here, a little bit more behind my back, but so we've got that beautiful sort of directional light, which is also hitting her really lovely on her face over here. So as we were posing her, I knew that I wanted to make sure that her face was illuminated. So I just made sure that she really looked over that shoulder, right? Speaking of her pose too. So typically I don't love when the foot is hidden here. We tried to find like the highest space that we could, to make her foot visible. The grass was very deep. So typically I like to see that whole foot, right? I want to see that arch and all of that. But the fact that we could see her heel was kind of enough for me, and I loved everything else. So, you got to know your own rules and then break your own rules, I guess. And then we wanted to make sure that we got real sort of like authentic movement in the dress. So she actually, did like a quarter of a turn there, right? So that there would be this flow of the dress that feels very natural. We didn't throw it. We just She just turned and it did that. Um, Love the feeling of this dress. It is one from my client closet. It actually can be used for maternity, so I love things that have multiple uses. But I do love the flow in it, and then I love the sleeves, right? So that she's not super covered up, but we still get that beautiful shoulder and all of that. So I love all of that. And then she is not quite in the intersection of what would be the rule of thirds, but she is definitely more over in that third of the photograph, as well as her waist, or like here would be kind of like actually a little bit lower. So her leg would be crossing that rule of thirds. And then I made sure to keep her head well below this mountain line here, so that we kept the idea of that contrast, right? You can see if she came up here that the contrast would be lost. We wouldn't see her as well. So I made sure that it felt that she stayed within that mountain line. And then what happens is this all feels very vast behind her, right? So that's kind of where now I'm feeling like a little Sound of Music. So we went from Ireland to Austria. Let's go traveling. Let's get our passports. Let's go. Um, so, but making sure that she stayed there, really strategically placing my body in the place where that would happen for her. And again, negative space, right? All of this negative space here allows us to really read this photograph from left to right, right? Coming through, we see that her beautiful face, right? And then we can keep traveling wherever we're going to our next destination. And I do love, again, contrast, right? So I love the contrast between the darkness of the mountain line to the sky, right? Just enough sky to, bring us into that feeling and not having the mountain totally consume her, right? So bringing that lightness, right? And that lightness up here plays really nicely with the lightness in her dress as well. And love that warm golden glow from that golden hour. I start my golden hour sessions about 90 minutes before the sunset so that there's a little bit of a brighter light and then we have lots of time to play. So love that. And I just really love the feeling of this image. I could see it blown up on her wall, hopefully like very big. And just it feels fresh and it feels light and it feels airy. And that is why I think this image works. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and leave me comments. I would love to hear from you down in that comment section. Tell me what you think of this photograph. Tell me what you'd like to see next. I really would love to hear from you and connect with you. And that's it. Have a beautiful day.